Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you a comparison review between two gorgeous palettes. The first being the brand new palette from I Heart Makeup, and it is the Golden Bar palette. So it looks like this. I love it. And inside it has a large mirror as usual with one of those sheets with the names of all of the shades in here, and then you've got all of the shades there. It is a gorgeous palette. It is becoming one of my favorites from I Heart Makeup because it has all of the shades that I love, the golds, the browns, and also the berry shades as well. So there it is. So the brand is I Heart Makeup, and then you've got Golden Bar there. So yes, I love that, but also I equally love this next brand as well, and it is from Morphe. So it's one of their, I think it's the 35 palette. So this one was £8.99. This one it varies depending on which website you actually pick it up from, and it's about, I would say, £22, something like that. So it's not really expensive, but it's not as inexpensive as the Makeup Revolution palette. So this one is the 35F. If I can get it open. So again, you've got one of those sheets in. This one doesn't have the names. There's no mirror there. And this one looks like that. So yes, you do have 35 shades in there, but some of these shades are quite similar to others. And most of them are shimmers. They're all shimmers, I believe, apart from this bottom row. So the bottom row here are all mattes, these are shimmers. So the ones that we're going to use today and look at are the shimmers. And in the I Heart Makeup palette, all of the shades are actually shimmery. It does say in the description that on Tam Beauty's website that this is a mixture of matte and shimmer palettes, but it is all shimmers because I've done a video on and swatched them all, so, and I've used most of them as well. So they are all shimmery shades. Now I looked at both of these and I thought actually some of the shades in the 35F really do remind me of the shades in the I Heart Makeup palette. So I thought, I haven't done any swatches yet, so I thought I would, go through them and see if there are any similarities there. Also, I have picked up some of what I think are also swatches from, and they look quite similar to the I Heart Makeup Chocolate Bar palette, the Golden Bar palette, and these are from Makeup Geek, and they are her or Marlena's single shadows. I've got them like that, so they remind me which shade they are reminiscent to in the palette. So I will at times be swatching 3 to show you the similarities there. Now these ones I believe range, I think they're about £5.50, £6 each now. They did start off when I started collecting these from, I think it was Beauty Bay. They were less expensive than that, but they have in recent months, the price has gone up, which is, a little bit annoying because you are paying now quite a lot for a single shade. So what I'm going to do is swatch, hopefully get this right for you, swatch from each palette and see, if I can create a similar look or similar shades from each of these so that they match. So basically you've got a palette here. This one from I Heart Makeup is £8.99. That's the you know, least expensive. Then you've got this one from Morphe, which is the 35F, so that is about £22, and you are getting 35 shades, but some of them are very, very similar to each other. And then I have some of the shades, because I don't have every single shade from Makeup Geek, so I've picked out ones that will create a very similar look to the I Heart Makeup palette, and these are, I think they're about £6 each. So obviously, you know, it's going to be definitely a lot more expensive than the Makeup Revolution, sorry, the I Heart Makeup. Now, I just want to also say to you that when I do these comparison reviews, I'm not telling you that one palette is better than the other. What I'm saying is I'm giving you the information, so perhaps you may already have some of these shades and you don't necessarily need another palette, or you know, they're very similar, so you know, you don't necessarily need to pay, you know, expensive prices, so £5 or £6 per shade. You can get the less expensive palette, and you'll obviously be happy with that. It just depends on your budget, what you're interested in, you know, which brand you would like to go for. I'm not saying, right, you know, go for this one or go for that one. I'm just giving you the information. So let's begin. So I'm going to go through I will start off with the I Heart Makeup. It has got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 shades. I'm not going to worry too much. Let me just take out those. Now, what I'm not going to worry about is too much these lighter shades. I think that one's a little bit more pinky, and that one is more of a stark white shade. You know, we all have those. I'm not really interested too much in those. It is all of the smaller shades that I'm really interested in, to see if there are, you know, comparable shades in each of the other palettes. So I will be starting off with, let me see, this one, going along and so forth until I come to this last one here. So the first one is a gorgeous shade. It is called Ribbon. So I'll be swatching 3 at a time and then cleaning my arm and then going on to the next one. This will be quite a long video, so obviously if you're not really keen to watch long videos, then obviously I would stop now. But if you do, like I do, then obviously continue. So Ribbon is a nice pink shade. So this is the one that we're going to see if we have similar shades to. So that's Ribbon. And then I'm going to look in the Morphe palette to see if there's one in there. Now, I'm going to try this one. It looks a little bit deeper than that one. No, that one won't work. Let me just get want to clean my finger, because that is too deep, that one. So I'm going to go with one of these lighter ones from the top row, and I'm going to go with the third one in, that one there. It looks quite light. I think this may be a little bit too orange, but we'll see. And then I'm going with the one from Makeup Geek that I have found, and this shade does have a name, and it is called Starry Eyed. So there are the 3 shades. So this one is I Heart Makeup, that one is Morphe, the 35F, and this one is Starry Eyed. So actually, out of the 2, I would say that this one, Starry Eyed, is a little bit more similar. This one is a little bit more peach toned, and I knew that shade would be difficult. So obviously if you've got Starry Eyed from Makeup Geek, it is very, very similar to that one. So that's the first 3. So the next shade is called Edible, and this one is more of a brown shade. So this is the one that we're looking for now. So this is edible. So it's not, you know, totally unusual. So I'm just looking to see where there's one in the Morphe palette that would look very similar, and I think I've got that one. And it's this one here. And then I've got one from Makeup Geek, and it is called Lucky Penny, one of the newer shades. So there we have. So that one is the I Heart Makeup. This one is Morphe, and this one is Makeup Geek. That one has a little bit too much pink in it, but this one here from Morphe is not too bad, although the one from I Heart Makeup is not as strong of a swatch, but you can see that that is very similar. So that's the second one. The next one is called Tablet, and it is this one here, Tablet. So that's more of a golden tone. So I'm just looking in the Morphe palette to see if there's more of a golden tone. I think I can still use that shade that I used before, actually. No, that one's too... There is another one. Actually, that's not bad at all. So this one that I've swatched is that one there. And then I'm going for the Makeup Geek one, which is Pocket Change, which again is one of the new ones. So these are the, you can ignore the second one because that was the last swatch from Morphe and it's just not correct. So there we have I Heart Makeup. This one is Morphe and this one is Makeup Geek. So they are very similar. I would say the Morphe one actually is more similar, but again, Morphe has got a stronger swatch, but nevertheless, you could still make a very, very similar eye look with that. So I'm just going to take those ones off. So we now move on to the last one on that top row, which is called Wrapped, and it's this deep one here. Now I couldn't find out of my collection a similar shade from Makeup Geek. So there is Wrapped. It is a gorgeous rich chocolate brown. So let's have a look. I think I'm going to go with this one here. That one there from the Morphe palette. So there we have, that one is the I Heart Makeup and this one is Morphe. This one has a little bit more burgundy in it, just a tad more burgundy. It is so unusual, but this one is more brown, but they are, you know, the tone is, you know, it's the same deepness, so you could get away with using that one from the Morphe palette. Like I say, there is none there from the Makeup Geek. I'm just going to try this one. Actually, that one would be better. The reason I didn't go for it is because it looks very, very like a blackberry shade. That one there from the Morphe palette. And in fact, that one is nearly spot on. So there is the I Heart Makeup and there is the Morphe one. So you can ignore that one. That one is near enough spot on. Gorgeous. Okay, so that's the top row done. So I'm just going to wipe that off. and then move on to the middle row. So this one is called Wrapper, and it is more of a golden tone this time, and it looks like that. So that's Wrapper. So I'll just swatch that one. So that's Wrapper. So you can see that it is definitely more of a golden tone. And let's have a look in the Morphe. I think I'm going to have to go for, which one? This one is quite orangey, or it looks quite orange, and I think I'm going to go for this one up here. And I do have one from Makeup Geek, so I'll just swatch that. So that one is from I Heart Makeup, that one is from Morphe, and that one is Makeup Geek. So either of those would work really well to create that shade. It's more of a golden orange shade. So I'll just get rid of those swatches. So then we move on to the second one, and it's called Foil, and it's this one here. This is more of it's a golden shade still, but it has more of a yellow tone to it. So that one is called Foil. So I'll just see in here. And I think I'm going to go with this one from the Morphe palette, which looks like a yellow gold shade. And then, no, I don't have one from the Makeup Geek. So there we have those two. This one is certainly muted, more muted than the Morphe one, but to create that eyeshadow look, you could use either one of those. That one is definitely stronger in, in swatching. It's more of definitely of a foil, whereas this is more of a shimmer. But it is just obviously the consistency of the eyeshadow. So that's that one. The next one is called Golden, and it really is golden. It's a gorgeous shade. It's the one in the middle. So that's Golden. So that's that one. That is really, really incredible. I think this is more of a foiled shade. So this one is more of a true gold. And I'm going to try that one again from the Morphe palette. Yeah, that one is just slightly deeper, but again, you could get away with that one from the Morphe, and yeah, to create either of those. They are nearly spot on, but this is just slightly more browner in colour. That one's a little bit more golden. So that's that one. And the next shade we come to, we're now moving on to the, it's like a golden green colour, and it's called Bar. And it's that one there. Yeah, it's a muted greeny brown moss shade, that one. So let me see if I can find one that looks like that. Yeah, I'm going to try this one from the Morphe palette. Let me just put it up the right way to show you that one there. No, that's definitely not right. Let me see if there's another. I'm going to go for the shade right next to it, that one there. Yep, that's better. I don't have one from the Makeup Geek, but those two shades there, forget the middle one, they are very, very good. You know, you will definitely be able to create a similar look using those two. Either of those will be absolutely fine. So that's that one. So now, one of my most favourite shades from the I Heart Makeup, which is called Box, and it is this gorgeous green tone there. So that's Box. So that's that one. So it's very, very deep, like a green, but it's got a golden hue to it. Very, very pretty. I don't think I have got one from the Morphe palette, but I do have one from Makeup Geek, and it's called Take Two. So there is that one. So actually, when you first look at this one, it doesn't look like it's got any green to it, but at certain lights, it really does hit. When it hits the light, it's got that green tone to it, which matches with that one. So you could get away with either, depending on, this is more like a duochrome, I would say, because you've got, it's a very, very unusual colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But either of those, I mean, you know, this one's got slightly more green to it, but you know, this one, it will be absolutely fine for that look. It's not a complete dupe. But then in these videos, I'm not always looking for an absolute dupe. It's whether can you create that look with that colour, and I think you can with that. Now the last one on that row is called Block, and it looks like that. Very similar to that one, but that one's a little bit deeper and this one's a little bit lighter. Oh, that is gorgeous. So it's got more purple in it. I hope you can see that. So I'm just going to see if there's one here that matches that, and I'm going to go for this one here. So there's that one from Morphe, and that one is from I Heart Makeup. This has definitely got a little bit more purple in it. This is more subdued, but again, it will give you that gorgeous berry look. To be honest, I absolutely love all of these colours. I don't think I could choose either or from these ones at the moment. So now we're moving on to the third and last row, and I'm going to go with Gift, which is this one here. So there's Gift. It's like a muted brown pink tone. I'm not very good at explaining colours, but you can see what I mean there. So let me see if there is one similar in this Morphe palette. I'm going to go with this one here. Yeah, the third one in. And that's that one there. That is actually nearly spot on there. I hope you can see that. One's got just slightly more pink to it, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So you could use either of those, and I don't have a Makeup Geek one of those, or do I? No, it's the next one. So I'm just wiping off those and drying that off. The next one is called Limited, and it is one of my favourite colours from the palette from I Heart Makeup. So that's Limited. Very, very unusual, mauvey, gorgeous colour. So that is Limited. So I'm going to see if there is one from this palette that I could use. I think I'm going to go for the one that's this one here. I just absolutely love this palette so much from Morphe. I mean, all of these colours are gorgeous. And then I've got one from Makeup Geek, and it is called Cinderella. Just going to swatch that again, just to deepen that up. So there we have the I Heart Makeup, the Morphe, which is definitely deeper. I'm just going to swatch this one. I think I've swatched that one before, but I just want to see if that is more of a I think that one matches better. This one is too red. And then this one, Cinderella, is just too light. This is such an unusual colour that I think it's going to be hard to find a dupe for it, but it is a berry shade, and it's like a brown but with purple to it. Let me just see if there's another colour. I'm going to go with this one again, actually. That one there. No, that's too deep as well. I think this is the first colour from the I Heart Makeup that is, and it's the Limited shade. Yeah, the other ones, they're not too bad. They're, you know, it's not an overall, you could still get away with them to give you that berry look, but that one is the first one that I think is, you know, it's not an exact dupe, and it's a very unusual colour. I think that's why. I mean, you can still use those shades, there's no doubt about it, to create that berry look, but that is the first colour that I've come across that I think is a little bit, you know, it's one of those standout colours. I love it. The next is another one that is a standout shade, and it's Cocoa, and it's this one here. So I'll just swatch that one. Wow, look at that. That is just amazing, gorgeous. Now there's got to be one in here that matches, and I'm going to go for this one here from the Morphe palette. Let's see. That's not bad at all. And I think I'm going to swatch this one called Flamethrower from Makeup Geek. So there we have it. So this one is I Heart Makeup, this one is Morphe, and this one is Makeup Geek. So although they're not exact dupes, they will give you that very, very similar look. I love all three. Gorgeous, gorgeous shades. Very, very pretty. And then we've got one more. The last one, and it's called Beans, and it is a regular, looks like a regular brown shade in the palette. So let's swatch it and see. It's a rich chocolate shade there. So I'll just have a look in the Morphe, and I'm going to go for this one here. And there we have it. So this one has a little bit of red in it. This is more brown, but nonetheless you can use both of those. In fact, like that, they are near enough exactly the same. Gorgeous, gorgeous shades. So I'll just wipe that last swatch off. So I think from all of these three palettes, there are shades in there that are very this time of year shades. So you've got your browns, you've got your greens, you've got your berry shades. Not so much with the ones from Makeup Geek, although I should probably have brought down Curtain Call, I believe, because that is a gorgeous shade. Unfortunately, it has more red in it. That's why I didn't bring it. But I love all of these shades, and I think from definitely the Morphe palette, you can definitely get some very similar looks from each of these. So whether or not you want to spend £22 or thereabouts, or whether $7.99, it is totally up to you. I must admit the swatches from the Morphe palette were incredible, and from the Makeup Geek, but it just depends on your budget and what you can afford. I really love these type of videos because I love, to see if there are any similarities there. I haven't swatched them beforehand. I've just looked at the pans to see. So whether or not you think obviously they're a dupe or they're not, you can still get that very gorgeous, very much this time of year, that rich shades that we want to wear. So I hope that was of interest to you. Obviously thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to watch further videos, but thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye.